The bridge is back. She's alive?
I brought her back to Port Charles.
Jason promised me he wasn't gonna say anything.
If you find out something about one of my kids, you have to tell me.
I need
General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, September 18th, 2025, hint that Jason, Steve Burton, and Tracy, Jane Elliott, will share an emotional moment as the Quartermaines face another heartbreaking loss. With Jason moving back to the mansion to care for Danny, Asher, and Tonizin after Sam's, Kelly Monaco, death, he was also able to spend more time with Monica, the late Leslie Charleson. That decision brought him and Tracy closer together. As they deal with the painful news, both lean on each other, recognizing their shared grief. Molly holds a secret. Molly, Kristen Vaganos, takes a surprising turn when she begins hiding something. Usually, secrets are kept from her, like the fact that Christina, Kate Monsey, Alexis, Nancy Lee Grahn, and Ava, Maura West, are holding her father hostage in Alexis's basement. This time, however, she is the one with information. The question remains, does Molly's secret involve Cody, Josh Kelly, her father's situation, or possibly something tied to the Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson case? Britt, Kelly Thiebaud, may have to swallow her pride and seek help. With her life unsettled, she could approach Nina, Cynthia Watros, despite Liesel's Kathleen Gotti, warning not to. Nina seems inclined to offer support, but Britt might also need to turn to Portia, Brooke Kerr, and Terry, Cassandra James, at General Hospital for a job. She needs income and access to a lab to get her professional life moving again. The latest GH preview suggests this step may be inevitable. Elsewhere, Giovanni Mazza, asks Sonny, Maurice Bernard, for a favor connected to the missing dog, Outback. He once told Emma, Braden Brunner, that he hoped his grandfather would provide reward money. But with Cody already aware of Outback's location, will Sonny's help even be needed? Meanwhile, Charlotte, Bluesy Burke, confides in Lulu, Alexa Havens, about how much she misses Valentine, James Patrick Stewart. Their talk could lead Lulu to allow Jack's, Chris McKenna, request, possibly setting up a visit to Steinmauer for Charlotte to see her father. Port Charles is a town built on secrets, pride, and shared trauma. It's a place where the past is never truly buried, and the future is always hanging in the balance. This week, the intricate web of lives in this small New York City is set to be jolted by a series of seismic shifts. 3 core storylines, Britt's humbling journey, Molly's desperate concealment, and Jason's raw grief, are on a collision course that promises to reshape relationships, test loyalties, and leave no one untouched. Let's dive into the spoilers and explore how it will all shake Port Charles to its core. Britt Westbourne, a bitter pill to swallow. Dr. Britt Westbourne has always worn her pride like a suit of armor. Forged in the fires of her complicated lineage as the daughter of the notorious Caesar Faison and her lifelong rivalry with Maxie Jones, Britt's acerbic wit and defensive arrogance have been her primary weapons against a world she often felt rejected by. However, her world has been irrevocably softened and complicated by the arrival of Jason Morgan. Her feelings for him, genuine and deep, have forced her to confront parts of herself she long kept locked away. The spoilers indicate that Britt will be forced to swallow her pride in a monumental way. This is likely a multifaceted development. Regarding Jason, the elephant in the room is Jason's all-consuming grief for Britt's polar opposite, the saintly Britt's polar opposite, the saintly Epiphany Johnson. Britt watched the man she loves shatter over the loss of another woman, a woman universally adored, whom Britt herself often clashed with. To truly be there for Jason, Britt must swallow her pride and any latent jealousy. She must accept that his heart is big enough to grieve for Epiphany while potentially making room for her. This means offering comfort without sarcasm, being vulnerable without her defensive shields, and acknowledging Epiphany's profound impact without a trace of bitterness. It's a Herculean task for Britt, but one she must undertake if she wants any future with Jason. Regarding her career, with Epiphany gone, the role of Chief of Staff at General Hospital is vacant. This is a position Britt has openly coveted. However, her history of manipulation, remember the fake PKU story, and her sometimes dubious ethics make her a controversial candidate. To even be considered, She may have to publicly atone for past mistakes, apologize to colleagues she's alienated, like Elizabeth Weber, and prove her leadership is based on merit and compassion, not just ambition. Swallowing her pride means admitting she hasn't always been the best version of herself and working to earn trust, not demand it. This act of humility will fundamentally change how Port Charles views Britt Westbourne and, more importantly, how she views herself. It could be the key to her finally finding the acceptance and love she's always craved. Molly Lansing Davis, the weight of a secret. On the other end of the experience spectrum is Molly Lansing Davis, the aspiring journalist and daughter of Diane Miller and the late A.J. Quartermain. Molly has always been the voice of reason, the moral compass in a family often steeped in chaos. Her relationship with T.J. Ashford has been a rock-solid pillar of young love and mutual support. But now, Molly is guarding a secret so explosive it could destroy everything. The spoilers confirm that Molly is keeping Chloe's secret, that she is pregnant with TJ's baby, conceived during their brief breakup when he and Molly were on the rocks. Molly's decision to keep this secret is a ticking time bomb. The motivation: Molly isn't being malicious. She is terrified. She saw the devastation this news wrought on Chloe and believes she is protecting everyone, protecting TJ from a shock that could derail his surgical career, protecting her own relationship from an unimaginable strain, and even protecting Chloe from the overwhelming reality of it all. She's convinced herself that silence is the kinder, safer option. The implosion: this cannot and will not last. In a town like Port Charles, secrets have a half-life of approximately 48 hours. The truth will come out, and when it does, the fallout will be catastrophic. TJ will be hurt not just by the news of the pregnancy, but by the profound betrayal of Molly's secrecy. His trust in her will be shattered. Molly's reputation as an honest, ethical person will be left in tatters, causing rifts with her mothers, Diane and Alexis, who will be horrified by her choice. The ripple effect: this secret doesn't just affect Molly and TJ. It pulls in Christina, who may feel compelled to take sides between her sister and her good friend Chloe. It impacts Sean Butler, Chloe's father, who will become a fierce protector of his daughter and grandchild. It even touches the hospital, where both TJ and Molly work. The revelation will create a schism in their social circle that will take years to heal. Molly, in trying to guard against a storm, is unknowingly ensuring it will be a hurricane. Her story is a classic Greek tragedy playing out in modern-day Port Charles, where a single decision made with good intentions leads to ruinous consequences. Jason Morgan. A shared grief. A fractured soul. Jason Morgan is a man defined by his silence. He processes the world internally, his emotions locked behind a stoic facade. The death of Epiphany Johnson has done what mob wars, gunshot wounds, and memory losses could not. It has broken him open.